Hi, it's Dawn from Ninja Bunny Crochet. Today I have for us to do the wattle stitch. I find this to be a very interesting stitch. It's really simple. It's just a single crochet, chain one, double crochet. But I think it's got a lot of texture to it. I just find it to be a really interesting stitch. I just like these really simple stitches, but when you change colors, it just gives it a lot of dimension. This stitch could be used for blankets, it could be used for sweaters, it could be used for washcloths. I think you could just use it for a lot of different things, even a bag. I just think it's just a really neat kind of stitch, and it's one of those stitches that it doesn't take a lot of, brain power to sit there and do. It's just one of those things that you can be working along while you're just, watching TV or something. It's just one of those really chill kind of stitches, but it looks pretty cool. So this is what it would look like if you changed colors every other row, and then if you wanted to do it in a solid color, it's got a completely different kind of look to it. If you do it in a solid color, it almost looks like it's got a zigzag pattern to it. So I thought this was just a really kind of cool stitch. So let's just grab a hook and grab some yarn, and let's start working on the wattle stitch. So for today's tutorial, I'm just going to be using some scrap yarn. I'm going to use this turquoise blue and this seafoam green. They're both medium for worsted weight yarns. And I'm going to use this 5.5 millimeter hook. It doesn't matter what size yarn or what size hook you use, as long as your hook and your yarn match. So let's get started here. The wattle stitch is done in a multiple of 3 plus 1. And what that means is you just keep chaining multiples of 3. So you go 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 until you get the length of your project, and then you're going to add 2 chains on. So for today's tutorial, we're going to do a chain of 26. So keep making chains till you get to 26, and then I'll meet back up with you and we'll start the wattle stitch. Now that we have our chain of 26, we're going to start second chain from hook. The loop on the hook does not count as a stitch, so we're going to go 1, 2, and start in the second chain with a single crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Skip the next 2 chains, 1, 2, and into that third chain we're going to repeat that. So we're going to do a single crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Again, skip 2 chains, 1, 2, and into the third chain, single crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Real simple. We're going to continue that pattern all the way down the chain, and I'll meet back up with you at the end of the chain. So I'm at the end of the chain. We have 3 chains left. We're going to skip 2, 1, 2, and we're going to do single crochet, chain 1, double crochet in the last chain. And that completes our row 1. Now you could change colors right here if you want to, or we can go on with the same color. We're just going to go on with the same color for now. So we're going to chain 1, turn the work, and we're going to look for that chain 1 space, which is right there. So we're going to put our hook in that chain 1 space and do a single crochet, chain 1, double crochet right into that chain 1 space. So all we're doing is looking for chain 1 spaces now. So we have our 2 stitches, next 2 stitches, we're going to skip those and go to the chain 1 space. We're going to do a single crochet, chain 1, and a double crochet. And those 2 stitches right there, 1, 2, we're going to skip those and go right to that chain 1 space. Single crochet, chain 1, double crochet. We're going to repeat that. Skip the 2 stitches, go right to that chain 1 space, single crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So continue this all the way across the row, and I'll meet back up with you at the end of the row. We're at the end of row 2. We're at our last chain 1 space right here. We're going to do our last single crochet, chain 1, double crochet. We're going to change colors at this point, so we're not going to complete our double crochet. We're going to yarn over, pull through just 2 loops, and this is how I change colors. We're going to drop our main color here, and we're going to pick up our new color by putting it over the hook and pulling it through. Now I like to go ahead and just tie these together, right, these ends, because we're going to snip off this green right here, the seafoam green. We're just going to snip that off and pull it away so it doesn't get tangled. I do tie these together, but not permanently, just while I'm working, and then I go ahead and untie them when I go to weave them in. But this is just a swatch, so we don't really need to worry about that right now. Now we're ready to start row 3. It's just going to be a repeat of row 2. So we're going to chain 1, turn the work, look for that chain 1 space. It's right there, it's right in front of us. And we're going to do the single crochet, chain 1, and the double crochet right back into that chain space. Skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and we're at that chain space. And do a single crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, go to that right to that chain space, single crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Next, skip 2 stitches, 1, 2, and we go right to that chain space, single crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Again, skip 2 stitches, go to the chain space, single crochet, chain 1, double crochet. Now go ahead and finish this row, and I'll meet back up with you at the end of the row. As you can see here, I finished row 3, and I have the example here where we were changing every other row. So what I'll do is I'm going to change colors every row and add a few rows on here so that you can see what it would look like if you changed colors every row. So let me go ahead and do that, and I'll come right back and show you what it looks like, because we have this example and then we have the solid example. So I'll go ahead and change colors every row here, just so that you can see what it would look like, because we have the 2 rows here. So you'll get a good look at what it could look like if you changed colors every row. So I'll be right back. So here's our swatch after switching every other row. And you can see it definitely looks different than the one over here where I switched every other row, and then of course the solid one. So it's all the same, it's all the wattle stitch, but it's just difference in how you switch your colors. So you can definitely get a lot of variety with just this one simple stitch. So if you've liked this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to ring that bell so you won't miss any of my tutorials. Thanks for watching, and happy crocheting! Bye-bye!